My name is Mr. Hayford, Quacy. I'm Mr. Nobody. In those days, everybody was living to seek greener pastures, and I'd always wanted to live in North America or America, and the opportunity came, and I landed in Canada. And Canada is a beautiful place, very abstract from Canada, very different environment, and it's one of the best countries in the world to live in. I'm okay, I'm comfortable. I'm retired now, but I don't have to worry about working. Coming back home is a little bit refreshing. It's sunny, warm, and you feel more at home. My name is Mr. Hayford, Quacy. I'm Mr. Nobody. Canada is a beautiful place, very abstract from Canada, very different environment, and it's one of the best countries in the world to live in. I think usually it's number 1, 2, or 3. So many barometers, and there's no regrets. Even though it's cold, it's still a country worth living in. In those days, everybody was living to seek greener pastures, and I'd always wanted to live in North America or America, and the opportunity came, and I landed in Canada, and the rest is history. Canada was tough. We had so many coup d'etats. There was famine, kind of famine, so I would say. We're eating some yellow corn, and things were tough. Things were really rough. There was a lot of student demonstrations. It was not easy. It was a military government, and freedom of speech was not easily available like today, sort of. So everybody that had the opportunity to live was living. So I did. When we were in school, in college, all my friends said, you should be in America. The way I walk, the way I talk, they just say, you should go, man. So it's always been in my mind, and it's been my passion, it's been my dream. And you have to dream big all the time, See, when you're young and you're passionate about something, you just do it without thinking about what happens after that, Some those days we travel, you never even mention it to your parents. You just left. There was no phone. You just wrote a letter and said, "Here I am." And someone will be proud of you. Because at least they're not in prison. You've gone to someplace better, Yeah. And those days, the social network. Canada is more of a socialistic country. You got accorded all the comforts of life. The government took care of you. Make sure your accommodation is given. They give you money for rent until you find a job, and they give you permit to work. So without even any family help, the government was there to support you in every way possible to settle in and assimilate. If you want to go to school, they were ready to assist. For us going there, even though the desire was there to go to school, you didn't have money for the tuition and all that, so you start working. So I'll go next year, and then you find yourself getting married, having children, more responsibilities, and you push things down the back burner. Say tomorrow, and you're growing old. Yeah.
Take me back to your first job in Canada. What was it? What were you doing? How easy or hard was it to get it? How much were you earning?
Those days, Canada. Do I remember?
Which year? Which year was
87. I think minimum wage was like $6 an hour. They paid by the hour. And my very first job was at the airport. We were making food for the flights. So it was a flight kitchen. So all the international flights that flew out of Canada, we were working in the kitchen there. So it's not a difficult process to learn. Like, you packaging food, pushing them onto the carts, and then putting it on the plane So it was an easy start. Worked there for a few months. It was winter, the rooms were very cold, and we were working in the fridge, so extra cold in there. So I decided to change, so I looked for a better job, and then go, and then eventually I got a job with the transit company, the Transit Commission, which is one of the best employers in the country, in the city. And I did my time, retired, and here I'm back home. Coldest I've ever seen was minus 42 degrees, minus 42 in the winter time, sometimes 32. So right now, today in Accra maybe it's 32, maybe in Toronto or in Canada, maybe the coldest weather, parts of Canada is still minus 15 or minus 12.
What does it do to the body? Like, tell me the story you were telling
Come on.
about the bus stop.
No, you'll be standing at the bus stop waiting for a bus for 15-20 minutes. Believe in a very cold temperature, you will freeze. Yeah. Oh, it's not a culture shock as say, but just the food. Those days there were very few Ghanaian shops. So if you're looking for Ghanaian food, you have to keep asking people here and there. But eventually a lot of Ghanaians see there was a need, and the Ghanaian population grew, especially in Toronto. So food was easily accessible, like our Ghanaian yam, plantain, anything you want from Ghana is available there. So it wasn't a much different. And then you learn to eat whatever you have, yeah. Oh, it's 300% better. So I would say it's changed for the best. Yeah, I'm very well. I'm okay, I'm comfortable. I'm retired now, but I don't have to worry about working ever again, so that's a plus for me. No, my whole family is here. My mom, dad, brothers and sisters are all here. So I usually come every year to visit, but it's always been in my dream to come back and settle back home, especially the weather. It's not the best place to be. We have about 6 to 7 months of cold, so it can't easily go out, like weekends, go to the park, go to a party here, live music, those kind of things I miss. So coming back home is a little bit refreshing. It's sunny, warm, and you feel more at home.
Yeah, I'm home.
Right now here, sometimes it's way too hot for me. Way too hot, believe me. Yeah, it's very, very hot. I'll stay indoors with the AC on, or in the car, and it's much cooler because the temperature outside is really, really, really hot on a hot summer day in Accra. Yeah, and it's summer every day. I think Ghana is developing, but not the pace that I think it should be, especially like missing gutters around again. In the 50s, 60s, that was doable, but today, I think with development, there should be no gutters on the streets. The streets should be well paved, well marked, the lights should be working, and those are social amenities that people have to enjoy. There are no parks for children to play. There are no playgrounds for families to take their kids in the evening. It's like the structure is not there. And I don't see it changing because of the way land is sold and demarcated here. So that's the most difficult thing for people coming to move back here, because I used to go for a walk every morning in Canada or evening. I can't do that here because there's no curb, there's no pedestrian walk. You're gonna get hit by a vehicle walking on the street. That's things that I wish we could change here, but I don't see the reason why it can't be done, because they pave just one lane on the road and then there's a gutter, and beside the gutter there's a kiosk that's sitting right to the edge of the gutter. Where do you walk?
Yeah.
There's no walkway for pedestrians, for cyclists, for people who have disabilities on a scooter or motorbikes. That should change, I think. Yeah. Oh, I came back since August last year, and I don't feel like going back, but I had to go. But so much fun here. Every weekend there's music here, music there at the beach. There's live music. You go to this club or pub, and it's free. And those are the things I love to listen to: music, good music, travel around the country, meet family and friends, and it's good to be back home.
Yeah. What are some of your highlight moments in being in Ghana?
Every day is highlights for me. The sunlight, I see the sunshine every day, which I don't see it much there. You know, we see the sunlight 3 months in a year, 4 months max. So just waking up and opening my window open and see the sun up, that's giving me joy.
Yeah. To anyone who wants to visit or come back to Ghana, what kind of advice would you give them?
I think you should prepare very well, and you should visit a couple of times. Have a plan, you know, a plan where you're going to live and the kind of environment you want to live in. Before I got here, I was afraid. I would hear so many things about crime and that, but it's not as big as they make it seem to be. Like it's pretty safe at night. I can go out and come home at 11 o'clock in the night. I'm not worried about being mugged or robbed. So it's not as bad as the media or people perceive it to be. That's the downside. But you have to mind which areas you go, which safe areas you go, which areas to avoid. I mean, you have to be street smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.